Damn, it feels good to be a PC gamer. Now, being an Xbox One gamer, not saying it ever was good, but you now have basically no reason to pick one up. There is no reason for anybody to go out and buy an Xbox One. Why would you? What reason could you give me as to why you would buy an Xbox One over a PC? Microsoft has effectively killed it. They have well, maybe they haven't killed it, right? I mean, they bought the shotgun and they bought some shells, and they haven't actually taken it out to the backyard and shot it yet, but you know they're kind of ready to move away from the Xbox One. They got this Slim system coming up. They got this stupid Scorpio coming out. More on that later. But man, being a PC gamer, it's just tits and Worcestershire sauce. It's just tits and Worcestershire sauce. It looks like Microsoft is starting to open up, and by starting to, I mean killing one of basically the only reason why you would even want an Xbox One, but they're pretty much making all the exclusives on the Xbox One available on PC. Effectively killing, again, like I said, the maybe only one legitimate reason why there was to own an Xbox One. Well, I want an Xbox One for the exclusives. Well, now the superior platform has all those exclusives, and there's really no reason for you to not go out and buy yourself one. And we're on the verge of the 1070 and the 1080 and the 480 and all these amazing bang-for-the-buck cards that are 1080p, dominant, 1440p, powerful, some of which are proper 4K cards, VR-ready cards. And if you want 4K on your console, you can forget about the PlayStation 4K or whatever they're calling it. That ain't native 4K, and if you think you're getting proper, good, reasonable 4K for that price point, you don't know anything about anything. And the Scorpio, that comes out in what? 17 months from now? It's a year and a half until that thing's out. Why they bothered announcing it this early? Ooh, a Scorpio. A 4K Xbox in late 2017? How incredibly compelling. Yeah, that's totally something I'll buy. Wait, just a second. Don't console gamers always say, well, you have to upgrade a PC every year, every couple of years. You gotta upgrade it to play games. And now here we are, the Xbox One, 2013. They got the Xbox Slim. Now they got the Xbox Scorpio. Then there was the PlayStation 4. Now you got the PlayStation 4K. Oh, but you don't have to buy those new consoles to play games. You could keep using your old stuff if you're happy with the performance. Yeah. Imagine someone making that argument. Imagine somebody telling you that. Looks like we've come full circle, haven't we? It's good to be a PC gamer, especially if you wanted all those Xbox exclusives. Can't wait to get my hands on Halo again. Not any of this Halo Wars bollocks. I mean, proper Halo. I'd like to play Gears of War, and I'd like to play all that stuff. It's not a deal breaker for me. I got more games on the PC right now than I know what to do with. I could never touch them all. But seeing some of these games that I did enjoy at one point when I did play on the Xbox, it would be really nice to play them on the PC, absolutely. It's definitely not a negative. This all really depends on how much of an encroachment on the sensibilities the Windows 10 UWP, the Universal Windows Platform, is going to be. And if it's anything like Games for Windows Live, PC gamers will simply reject it and not use it. I'm another one of those guys who's I'm not even gonna stick my foot in that puddle. No, absolutely not. If a game is only on UWP, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. And a lot of gamers feel the same way. Judging from the reactions that I've been reading on the internet ever since this announcement of a UWP platform has come out, all these revelations of games coming to the PC that used to be on Xbox One, a lot of people are not particularly thrilled about UWP. And remember, we're PC gamers. We can say no. We historically can decide to just not go with something. Like, remember, as I said before, Games with Windows Live, we just didn't support it, so it died. And I think one of the reasons that they are doing this, that Microsoft is putting such an emphasis on the PC now, is because Xbox One ain't doing so great. This is not the Xbox 360. They are just not making the sales they want to. And so they finally are coming to the realization that they need to put their stuff on PC, take advantage of the potentially largest market that exists, and really push that platform. And if they try to encroach too much on the freedom that PC gamers have enjoyed in the past, we will simply reject it in the same way we rejected their bullshit before. We've got too many options to be focused on one thing. What a wonderful, wonderful time it is to be a PC gamer. We got new lines of cards coming out soon that will be powerful, inexpensive, that will give you so much bang for the buck. We got all these Xbox exclusives coming on over. It's easier to run software and hardware than it has ever been. The mod scene is exploding, in a good way, I mean, for us at least. Why don't you all have PCs? Now is the best time to get one. Join the club. We've got jackets and graphics cards. I couldn't care about Sony stuff. I have no interest in buying a PlayStation 4. Somebody sent me a link, and a few people have been sending me links to some of their videos. Detroit Become Human, someone sent me a link to that. It looks pretty nifty, a Blade Runner style story driven, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, not my thing. No, I'm just really not interested in Sony exclusives, because I'm not going to buy a PlayStation. Oh yeah, that's right, I have one. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. I actually do have a PlayStation 4, gathering dust in the corner. I should sell that while it still has some value. Talk about how something can be just completely mitigated by a PC. I have not touched that thing in ages. Forgot I even had it. I need to sell off that somebody to some poor, underprivileged, low expectation gamer out there. Maybe I can get, I don't know, 300 for it, because it's practically new. I got the Last of Us remastered for it. Never finished it. Don't care to. But back to the subject of the Xbox One and the PC. I knew that the Xbox One was still going to be suffering under a number of issues. Why are their sales low? Their sales are low because the debacle of the 2013 EA reveal and launch, the push on NFL garbage and television and all that nonsense, and how and how the DRM and the used games and all that stuff killed so much momentum. They single-handedly destroyed the momentum that they were carrying from the Xbox 360. People remember that, and you should never, ever forget that that was a thing. Then they saw the pre-order numbers, and they did a complete 180 on the post-360. And then you have the fact that it's not as strong as the PlayStation 4. And those two just aren't a winning combination. Some people say they didn't care if it was stronger or not. I disagree. I think that a lot of people who were on the fence about which one to buy, especially after the DRM fiasco of the reveal at 2013, I think a lot of people really took into consideration which one was more powerful. I know I would. The power that a system has is a huge factor for me personally on what I would consider buying. Especially because I've got a really strong computer, and I understand the differences between 1080p, 1440p, 30, 60, 90, 120, 144 FPS. I know anti-aliasing and all that. I understand what high-end graphics are, because I've played them. All my stuff is a 1440p. So I am aware of how far you can fall, how bad graphics potentially can be. In a way that I wasn't aware of them when I only played on the Xbox 360. But really, from a consumer perspective, if you want to get your hands on as many games as possible, Microsoft has pretty much said, you don't need to buy an Xbox One anymore. There's no reason to buy an Xbox One anymore. Just get yourself a PC, a good, decent gaming PC, which is not going to be expensive. It's going to be hella easy to put together, or you can just pay someone to do it super cheap, like NCIX or something like that. Enjoy all the games, enjoy all the freedom, enjoy all the modding, and all the crazy awesome stuff that we've always been touting is excellent for the PC, and then get yourself a PS4 for the games that aren't on the PC yet. And bam, you got your whole rigmarole. And oh yeah, Nintendo exists. I forgot Nintendo even existed there for a moment. I can't wait to see what Xbox fanboys, people like Crap Gamer and stuff will say about all this. I can't wait to get their impression on just, I mean, it's like a eulogy at this point for the Xbox One. The Xbox One is soon going to be made obsolete. I mean, it's only been not even 3 years, and already they want to try to make big upgraded versions. I knew that the weak power of these systems, both of these systems, would come and bite them in the ass. And sure enough, here we are, just a little bit down the road, relatively, and they're already making super beefed up mega console versions. Mega console version, I use that term while making air quotes. And even at Microsoft's press conference, which was, God, a lot of talking. Microsoft, shut the hell up. Do what Sony did and just show the damn games. That's why we're here. We're not here to watch some dude prattle on about, here's how you move a football. You knock it around with your feet and don't get touched. No one gives a shit about that. Tell us about the games and let the games speak for themselves. But during this press conference, you saw things like, now with the Xbox One, you can play music in the background. And I'm like, wow, what a revolutionary step forward for technology. Wasn't that something the Xbox 360 could do? Wasn't that something that PCs have always been able to do? I mean, they're bringing all the games over to Windows 10. Exclusives on the Xbox One are practically dead. They're doubling down on, they want you to be able to do everything on the Xbox. Xbox, you're all-in-one this. You can sign up for tournaments, and you could browse for people to play with, and you could play music now. Wow, sounds like a PC, just a lockdown PC. Just a lockdown shitty PC is basically what I'm being sold here. Except now I don't have to buy it if I want to play the games. I mean, it's starting to just become a PC, but with none of the advantages, the biggest advantages that the PC offers. It still runs like garbage. It's still locked down. It's a closed marketplace controlled by one single company. Just buy a PC at this point. There's no purpose in owning an Xbox One. They talk about, oh, well, crossplay between the games on the Xbox and the games on the PC. So my thought is, if you want to be on PC and your friends list is the only thing that's keeping you from making the move, well, if this is the case, you're going to be able to play those games with your friends anyway on a superior system and shit down their throats with the mouse and keyboard. Take that, friends. Fuck you. This is war. Seriously, I hope the Xbox One gamers have the chance to turn off playing with PC players, because they're going to get stomped just in ungodly ways. They are going to get destroyed to the point where it probably won't even be fun for me. Just mopping up Xbox One players on my mouse and keyboard. Oh my god. It will be a massacre of legendary proportions. Now, on the subject of the Scorpio for a little bit, we're talking about the announcement of a system that won't be out for, 15 months? Basically, practically a year and a half, for all intents and purposes. A year and a half, this thing won't be out. And it's supposed to be a 4K gaming machine, and it's not going to play at 60 FPS, I bet. I would be shocked if it did, and if it did, it would look like garbage. Let's say they're aiming for 4K 30 FPS. It comes out in 15 months. You have all these 1440p dominant 1080p massacring cards coming out. And you've got these cards that will do the same thing in 4K, but allow you much better graphics and on the free and open platform that is the PC. So if 4K gaming is what you're looking for, coupling that with all of the other reasons for you to just ditch the Xbox One for good, just get a PC. If you buy a game on Xbox, you can play it on Windows 10. What do you know? It's like they're already giving you the incentives to perhaps keep buying games for Xbox One for now, and then once you have all these games, you can finally get a PC and you already have a massive library at your disposal. And then of course you get the PC's gaming library, which is, bonkers big. I mean, I think I've said enough. Why get why get an Xbox One? Microsoft is giving you every reason. They are encouraging you in such immense ways to get a PC. It's easier than ever. The performance to dollar ratio is better than ever. Get a PC. Join the master race. It was obvious from what we saw at E3 that Microsoft is leaving behind the original Xbox One. And maybe you should too.